Welcome to a Healthy Living video blog at workoutmaster.com. Today we guys going to talk about things that you can do to reduce inflammation. We already did a few episodes on inflammation and inflammatory processes. We've also mentioned a few things separately about what you can do about inflammation. Today we kind of want to combine in one nice, sweet, short episode. If we'll be able to do that. Let's tell this one apart, mister.
The main 5 things that usually you realize, we'll start with number 1, is that you need to have energy in the system so the system does not feel threatened. So cortisol, adrenaline are kept at bay so you can actually minimize, the process of inflammation. Ideally, the energy that we're talking about comes from actually having enough fructose, sucrose, glycogen in the body to actually function properly. So in my opinion, as I like to, to describe people, always start with fruit, then use honey, and then last but never least, because sometimes it has to be used in that reverse order, is actually sugar. Why pure sugar? Because you need energy into the system. The system does not feel threatened, it has a constant source of energy. So ideally you want to choose the sources that are the least perhaps damaging to your body, if it was the case. And sugar, honey, and sucrose will be the ideal way to follow that procedure those steps into giving your body energy.
Another thing you guys would need, you would need some salt, because salt helps you to open up the cells so you can actually feed it with the sugar. It is very important to provide salt for your body. It's pretty much straightforward, guys. If you get a nice clean, basically pickling salt, it's easy to use. You don't have to use a lot, but you do need in your diet. You have to remember that salt is a very important nutrient. It's been pretty much fought for generations. People cannot exist without salt, so salt is exceptionally important for you.
Yeah, and some people actually, you mentioned that some people don't need a lot, and that's very true, but in some instances, some people will need up to 2 teaspoons a day. When you think about it, well, 2 teaspoons isn't a lot. Try it. It's a boatload of salt, and they will need more to actually maintain, their levels of inflammation at bay.
Absolutely. Another thing you can use, and I actually started using it quite a lot, I like coffee. And I used to get a lot of jitters from coffee, but I used to drink my coffee black. I really liked it dark and basically bitter. These days I drink coffee with a lot more cream, and I definitely put sugar in it, and I find it gives me absolutely no jitters. Not only that, it gives me excellent amount of energy that I need. It's loaded with antioxidants, has magnesium, all kinds of different things in coffee. So I highly recommend you, if you need a little bit of energy, it is pretty safe, but obviously you guys, you take it and you use it for yourself and see what it works for you. Don't just go and buy like a venti latte and put 20 sugars in there and say Aram told me so. Use coffee appropriately, make sure it works for you, and you actually get what you want. And if you're not getting what you want, then don't use it.
Absolutely. The next 2 things that we're going to talk about, they're very important. That first you consider with your physician or whoever's in charge of actually kind of keeping tabs on your health, and that it has the appropriate, credentials for it. We're talking about aspirin, which everybody thinks as being a very innocuous, substance, but it could be dangerous for some people under certain conditions. So it's very important that you actually read on it and that you get the approval from your doctor. Aspirin is a very anti-inflammatory substance. Unfortunately, most of the aspirin that we have available to us over the counter or any local pharmacy or supermarket, etc., they contain a high level of excipients, and those excipients are other compounds that are mixed with the aspirin itself, the salicylic acid, that can actually create a lot of, they can really disturb your digestion. And when I say digestion, I mean the whole process of from mouth to anus, basically. It's very important that you consult with your doctor. The second one that we're talking about in this case is actually thyroid glandulars. Those are glandulars that are actually done from the animals that actually have been preserved, that have been treated to actually provide you some of the support that you need for your own thyroid to function properly. This, by all means, it has to be prescribed by a doctor. It has to be taken in the appropriate dosage, because otherwise you can raise hell in your body.
All those things will help you to maintain your inflammation under control. Remember, everything that we talked about, it is per person basis. If you make any mistakes, always make sure, go find yourself a coach and do things appropriately for you personally. Anything else you want to mention?
I think the last one, which is, we had a whole episode about it, which is called Cáscara Sagrada. It's a very important supplement that oftentimes is very important for people to reduce inflammation, mostly on the large intestine. Cáscara Sagrada contains an active ingredient called emodin, which is actually a very powerful anti-inflammatory. We often have suggested people to take this supplement. I found it to be very, very safe when the Cáscara Sagrada is of good quality. Oftentimes the stuff that we find over the counter, the stuff that I have used in the past and what other clients have used in the past, unbeknownst to me, could be very, very irritating. So you have to be careful that you don't purchase just anything that is offered to you, and that you pick a quality product that's actually going to support your anti-inflammatory efforts and not contribute to more of it.
There you have it. On top of it, I just want to add, I love to sleep to reduce inflammation. That's one of the best ones I find. Remember guys, if you do all those things, then your future looks better already. Thank you for watching. Until the next time.